This is the Sakar Murli of 15th of May 2025. Essence. Sweet children, make your nature as easy as the Father's. You should not have any arrogance. Let your intellect be filled with this knowledge, not arrogance. Question. How are some children even more babyish than babies when doing service? Answer. Some children continue to do service and relate this knowledge to others, but they don't remember the Father. They say, Baba, I forget to remember you. So Baba calls them more babyish than babies, because children don't normally forget their Father. Why do you forget the Father who makes you into princes and princesses? If you forget him, how can you claim your inheritance? While working with your hands, continue to remember the Father. Om Shanti. The aim and objective of this study is in front of you children. You children know that the Father is in an ordinary body, and that it is also an old body. There, even when they become old, they remain happy because they know that they are to become children again. This one also knows and has the happiness of knowing what he is going to become. The activity becomes like that of a child and remains as easy as a child. There is no arrogance, etc. The intellect is knowledgeful, as is this one's, Brahma Baba's, intellect, so should yours be. Baba has come to teach us, and we will become that. So you children should have the happiness inside of shedding your bodies and then becoming that. We are studying Raja Yoga. Whether you are a young child or an old person, you will all shed your bodies. The study is the same for everyone. This one says, I too am studying Raja Yoga. Then I will go and become a prince. You also say that you will become princes and princesses. You are studying to become princes and princesses. Then your final thoughts will lead you to your destination. Your intellects have the faith that you will become princes from beggars. This world of beggars is going to end. You children have to remain very happy. Baba makes you children equal to himself. Shiv Baba says, I am not going to become a prince or princess. It is this Baba who says, I want to become that. I am studying this study in order to become that. This is Raja Yoga. You children also say that you will become princes and princesses. The Father says, that is absolutely right. May there be a rose in your mouth. May this happen practically. This exam is for becoming princes and princesses. This knowledge is very easy. Remember the Father and the future inheritance. It is this remembrance that takes effort. By staying in this remembrance, your final thoughts will lead you to your destination. There is an example that sannyasis give. Someone was told to repeat to himself, I am a buffalo, I am a buffalo. Then he truly believed himself to be that. All of those things are useless. Here it is a question of religion. The Father explains to you children, this knowledge is very easy, but there is effort in having remembrance. Baba often says, you are a baby. Children then complain and ask, am I really a baby? Baba says, yes, you are a baby. Although you may very well have this knowledge, and you do service very well at the exhibitions day and night, nevertheless, I would say that you are a baby. The Father says, even this Brahma is a baby. This Baba says, you are greater than I am. This one has many responsibilities. Those who have many responsibilities have many things to think about. Baba receives a great deal of news. That is why he wakes up early in the morning and tries to stay in remembrance. The inheritance has to be received from that one. Therefore remember the Father. I explain to all the children every day, sweet children, you are very weak in having the pilgrimage of remembrance. You may be very good in this knowledge, but each one of you has to ask your heart for how long you stay in remembrance of Baba. Okay, you remain very busy in your work during the day, but you can in fact stay in remembrance while doing your work. There is the saying, let your hands do the work and let your heart be in remembrance. This means let your intellect be connected there. It is just as on the path of devotion, when they sit down to worship someone, their intellects are pulled to their work, etc. Or if a woman's husband is abroad, her intellect would then go there, because she has a greater connection there. Therefore, even though you may be doing service very well, Baba still says that you have baby intellects. Many children write, I forget to remember Baba. Oh, even a baby doesn't forget his father. You are even more babyish than babies. The Father who is making you into princes and princesses is your father, teacher, and guru, and yet you forget him. Baba only advises the children who send their full charts to him. You children should write to the Father, telling him how you remember him and when you remember him. The Father can then advise you. Depending on the type of service, job you do, Baba can understand how much spare time you have for remembrance. Those who have a government job have a lot of spare time. As soon as the workload lightens a little, you can continue to remember the Father. Whilst walking and moving around, let there be remembrance of the Father. Baba gives you the time. Okay, go to sleep at 9 p.m. and then wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning and remember Baba. Come and sit here. Baba doesn't want you to make it a habit of only sitting down for remembrance, because you can have remembrance whilst walking and moving around too. You children have a lot of spare time here. Previously, you used to go up in the hills and sit in solitude. You definitely have to remember the Father. How else would your sins be absolved? If you are unable to remember the Father, you are more babyish than babies. Everything depends on your having remembrance. Effort lies in remembering the Purifier Father. This knowledge is very easy. You know that only those who came a cycle ago will come and understand this knowledge again. You children continue to receive directions. The only effort you have to make is how to become Sato Pradhan from Tamo Pradhan. There is no way to do this other than by having remembrance of the Father. You can tell Baba, Baba, because this is my business, or because of this job, I am unable to remember you. Baba would immediately advise you, don't do that, but do this. Everything of yours depends on having remembrance. Many good children give this knowledge very well, and they make everyone happy, but they don't have any yoga. Although they understand that they have to remember the Father, they forget. This takes effort. Once you have imbibed this habit, then even when you are sitting on board a plane or a train, you would have the internal concern to stay in remembrance. There would be the happiness inside that you are being made into the future princes and princesses by Baba. Wake up early in the morning and sit in remembrance of the Father. Then, if you get tired, you can lie down and remember Baba. The Father shows you many ways. If you are unable to remember Baba while walking and moving around, Baba would say, okay, sit for special remembrance at night, so that you can at least accumulate something. However, to force yourself to sit somewhere, to have meditation, becomes like Hatha Yoga. Your path is an easy one. While eating your meal, remember the Father. We are being made into the masters of the world by Baba. Continue to talk to yourself. I am becoming that through this study. Pay full attention to your study. You have very few subjects. Baba explains very little. If you don't understand anything, then ask Baba. Consider yourselves to be souls. These bodies are made of the 5 elements. To consider yourself to be a body means to consider yourself to be a ghost of the 5 elements. This is a devilish world, and that is a divine world. Here all are body conscious. No one knows himself to be a soul. There is always wrong and right. To understand yourself to be an imperishable soul is to have right understanding. To consider yourself to be a perishable body is to have wrong understanding. There is great arrogance of the body. The Father now says, forget your bodies, become soul conscious. There is effort in doing this. You have taken 84 births. You now have to return home. You find it very easy. Because you take 84 births, you have to write correctly that the deities of the Sun dynasty take 84 births. You children continue to study, and corrections also continue to take place. It is number-wise in a worldly study too. If you study less, you will receive a smaller salary. You children have now come to Baba to listen to the true story of immortality in order to become Narayan from ordinary humans. This land of death is now to be destroyed. We now have to go to that land of immortality. You children should be concerned about how to become Satopradhan from Tamopradhan, pure from impure. The Purifier Father shows all of you children the same method. He simply says, remember the Father and write your chart, and you will be very happy. You now have this knowledge, whereas the world is in immense darkness. You are now receiving enlightenment. You are becoming Trinetri and Trikaldarshi. There are many people who say that this knowledge can be received anywhere, that this is nothing new. Oh, but no one else receives this knowledge, and even if they do receive this knowledge somewhere, they don't do anything with it. Does anyone else make effort to change from an ordinary man into Narayan? Not at all. The Father tells you children that the early morning hours are very good. You get a lot of pleasure as everything is peaceful and the atmosphere remains very good. The worst atmosphere is from 10 p.m. to midnight. This is why the morning time is very good. Go to sleep early and then wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. Sit comfortably and talk to Baba. Remember the history and geography of the world. Shiv Baba says, I have the knowledge of the Creator and creation. I become the teacher and teach you. You souls continue to remember the Father. The ancient yoga of Bharat is very well known. You also have to write who that yoga is with. It is the yoga of souls with the Supreme Soul. In other words, it is remembrance. You children know that you are all-rounders who take the full 84 births. Only those who belong to the Brahmin clan will come here. We are Brahmins and we are now going to become deities. Saraswati too is this one's daughter. I am old, but I am very happy that I am now to leave this body and take birth to a king. I am now studying, and I will then have a golden spoon in the mouth. This is the aim and objective of all of you. Why should there not be happiness? No matter what people say, why should your happiness be lost? If you don't remember the Father, how can you become Narayan from an ordinary man? You have to become elevated, do you not? Show that you can make such effort. Why do you become confused? Why do you become disheartened, saying that not everyone will become a king? The moment you have the thought that not everyone is going to become a king, you fail. When they study in a college to become barristers or engineers, they don't say that not everyone will become a barrister. If they don't study, they fail. The whole rosary is of 16,108. Who will come first? That will depend on your efforts. Each of you is making more effort than the next. It is now in the intellects of you children that you are to leave your old bodies and return home. If you just remember this much, your efforts will become intense. It should remain in the intellects of you children that the bestower of liberation and liberation in life for all is the one Father. Today there are so many billions of people in the world, and there will then only be 900,000 of you. This is just an approximation. How many more could there be in the Golden Age? Because it is a kingdom that is being established, there also have to be subjects. The intellect says, in the Golden Age, the tree is very small, it is beautiful. The very name is heaven, paradise. The whole cycle continues to rotate in the intellects of you children. If you continue to turn it around all the time, that is very good. This cough that comes is the suffering of karma, because this is an old shoe. I am not going to receive a new one here. Shiv Baba says, I neither take rebirth nor enter a womb. I enter an ordinary old body. You are now in your stage of retirement, and you have to go beyond sound to the land of peace. Just as the day ends and changes into the night, and the night ends and changes into the day, in the same way, this old world is definitely going to be destroyed. The golden age will definitely come when the confluence age ends. You children have to pay a lot of attention to having the pilgrimage of remembrance. This is greatly lacking at present. This is why Baba calls you babies. You show your baby-like natures. When you say that you are unable to remember Baba, you would be called a baby, would you not? Are you such small babies that you forget the Father? He is the sweetest Father, teacher and Guru. He is your most beloved for half a cycle, and yet you forget him. For half a cycle you have been remembering him when you were in sorrow and saying, "O God." The soul says this through the body. Now that I have come, remember me very well. Show the path to many others. As you make further progress, there will be a lot of expansion. Religions do expand. There is the example of Aurobindo Ghosh. Today he has so many centers. You now know that all of that belongs to the path of devotion. You are now receiving this knowledge. This is the knowledge of how to become the most elevated human beings. You are changing from human beings into deities. The Father comes and cleans all the dirty, impure clothes. This praise only belongs to him. The main thing is remembrance. This knowledge is very easy. Read a Murli to others. Continue to remember the Father. While remembering the Father, you souls will become pure and continue to be filled with petrol. Then you souls will run. You can call them part of Shiv Baba's procession or his children. The Father says, "I have now come to remove you from the pyre of lust and seat you on the pyre of yoga. You receive health through yoga and wealth through this knowledge." Acha. To you sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bapdada. The spiritual Father says Namaste to you spiritual children. Essence for Dharana. 1. Keep your aim and objective in front of you and remain happy. Never become disheartened. Never have the thought that not everyone is going to become a king. Make effort to claim a high status. 2. Remember the most beloved Father with a lot of love. Do not become a baby in this. The early morning is a very good time for having remembrance. Sit comfortably in silence and remember Baba. Blessing. May you be an all-round server in serving the yagya and receive the prasad of all attainments. To receive a chance to do all-round service at the confluence age is also to take a lift in the drama. Those who do all-round service of the yagya with love automatically receive the prasad of all attainments. They remain free from obstacles. For any service they do, they receive the fruit of that service 1,000-fold. Subtle and physical langar, continuous offering of food, should continue all the time. To make anyone content is the biggest service of all. To offer hospitality is to have the greatest fortune of all. Slogan: remain stable in your self-respect, and all types of arrogance will automatically finish. Aviat signal: imbibe the personality of spiritual royalty and purity. Royal people of the world never use their intellects or time for trivial things or situations. They see but don't see, they hear but don't listen. In the same way, you spiritual royal souls shouldn't use your intellects or time for trivial things of souls who are not royal. Spiritual royal souls should never speak wasteful or ordinary words. Om Shanti.